Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to this YouTube video. I'm Glenn on the channel Glenium Films, where I discuss all things film, review films, rank directors, and just discuss films in general. If you're into that type of content, hit subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, also hit subscribe. Please do drop a like at the start, or if you don't want to, wait till the end, that is absolutely fine. But liking and subscribing really does benefit my channel and give my channel a big boost. American Psycho reference. If you're a regular viewer of this channel, you may know, you can see behind me here, that I am starting a cheeky wee collage. So far I have a caricature of me and 3 Star Wars posters. The caricature has always been there, but the 3 Star Wars posters are new, so I do hope to continue that soon and get more things there, so pretty exciting stuff coming my way, to be honest. In this video I'm going to be ranking what I watched for films and TV shows in January. This video should be out at like the start of February, so yeah, let's just get into it. In this video there will be a lot of films discussed released in 2021 because my previous video was ranking 2021, so I did try and get a couple of 2021 watches in January. At number 13 I have Don't Look Up. The Netflix original film directed by Adam McKay with an absolutely stellar cast. As usual, Leonardo DiCaprio gives a fantastic performance. Jennifer Lawrence is great in this as well. This film was, it was average. It was a comedy that I didn't find particularly funny, but I felt it was more just a take on politics, and that's not really something that interests me or personally I think should be in a comedy. The pacing was quite poor, the plot was pretty generic, but the cast was fantastic and performances were great in it as well. Overall, 6 out of 10. Moving on, at number 12 I have John Carpenter's Escape from New York. Well, this runtime flew by. Although it is only like 99 minutes long, it did feel like 45 minutes, so about half its runtime. So I personally think the pacing there was fantastic because everything didn't feel too rushed, it didn't feel too slow. It was just perfect for this atmosphere. It's something really unique, like something I've never seen before, so the plot was quite good there. Kurt Russell gave a solid performance. No one else really stuck out. The characters were alright, but they could have done with a bit more development because I didn't really care for them, to be perfectly honest. It was fairly enjoyable, so that one gets about a 7.5 out of 10. Next up is a really big disappointment for me, which I thought I would have loved, and it's the 2021 release Spencer. Now, do not get me wrong, the script in this is fantastic. Kristen Stewart gives an absolutely fantastic performance as Princess Diana, but I just couldn't get into this film. I found it really boring, and that was quite sad for me because I did have high hopes for this film. I really like the cinematography in this though, and I love the stressful atmosphere, which I was not expecting. At number 10, I have Alien. The 1979 sci-fi horror classic that everyone has heard of. I was expecting more from this, I'm not gonna lie. I actually own it on DVD just over here, but I had pretty high hopes for this and I was let down quite a bit. The first half an hour was pure world building, which I understand, but it could have been a bit more interesting instead of just shots of space. Although the shots were nice, it wasn't interesting. I really like Ellen Ripley as a character, and it's good that it was a feminine lead role for the time, because although it was a trend back then to have 70s like last people standing horror girls, I do think Ellen Ripley was quite a cool character. Obviously the iconic chestbuster scene, that was really cool as well, and pretty intense, but apart from that, when it had its moments it did, and when it didn't it was just poor and bland and boring. At number 9 we have Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy, which is a 2021 release that was quite good, I would say. I don't remember really much from it, to be honest. It was good at the time. I remember it split into like 3 chapters with 3 different stories. The second one was yeah, first chapter was good, and the third chapter didn't really interest me, to be honest. But overall it was a good film. I liked the script, it was pretty clean and sharp, so I give that about an 8 out of 10. Number 8 is Before Midnight. I finally finished the Before trilogy, which I've been watching since July, where I watched the first two, loved them both, and then for some reason didn't watch Before Midnight. So now I finally watched it. It was good, but just not as good as the first two in my opinion. I did like the film, don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't as good. Ethan Hawke gives a fantastic performance once again as Jesse. I love the cinematography in these films, and I love the whole atmosphere and vibe of them, how it feels like you're earwigging into someone's conversation and into people falling in and out of love. Number 7, I have The Departed, which is, in my opinion, Scorsese's overrated film, but still a good watch. The performances in this from everyone, including Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Wahlberg, Jack Nicholson and Matt Damon, were all great, and this was the first Jack Nicholson film I've ever seen. Don't ask how, don't ask why, I have no idea why, but it was a good watch. I did enjoy it, the plot twist was great, and the fight scenes were good as well. Number 6 is Blue Bayou. A really heartfelt and emotional film which I talked a lot about in depth in my 2021 ranked video. I won't say too much about this one in this video, but if you want to hear my thoughts on that, go into my last video and check them out. This was such a fantastic film, so underrated, and more people need to watch it. Number 5, we have The Wolf of Wall Street. Sigma film, grind set, changed my life, just kidding. It was a really enjoyable watch, and it tells the highs and lows of Jordan Belfort's life. A fantastic biopic and one of my favourite biopics ever. At number 4, Come On Come On, starring Joaquin Phoenix, who gives a fantastic performance. Again, I've talked about this in depth in my last video. Come On Come On is a great film, shot in black and white about a documentary filmmaker, and I really liked how it felt at some scenes like a fake documentary, not a mockumentary, but like a documentary film. It felt really nice, felt really clean, and it was a seriously really enjoyable film, so you should definitely check that one out, it's a masterpiece. Number 3, the samurai classic Harakiri, which I had no idea what it was about until I got into it, and I was shocked how good it is. Rated number 3 on the top 3 films of all time on Letterboxd, definitely deserves that spot. Fantastic storytelling, one of the best I've ever seen, but number 1 beats that storytelling because it's so good, but you'll find out. But Harakiri is like a suicide ritual. It is so good, loved it. Use of flashback is so good in it, and you should definitely watch this film if you're more into film and used to slow films, because I would not recommend it if you've never seen like a slow samurai film before. But this was absolutely fantastic and one of the best films ever. Number 2, Scorsese's underrated gem, top 3 Scorsese I would say, is After Hours. This took me off guard so much because I was not expecting anything too special from this, and then boom, it hit me. It was so good. I can't put it into words how good it was. It was so clever, it was so stressful, the atmosphere, the whole New York, Neon City, it's one of my favourite vibes in film, and it was pretty funny as well, so that's always a bonus. Number 1, Scorsese's fantastic film, Goodfellas. Wow. Robert De Niro, fantastic performance. Ray Liotta, fantastic performance. Joe Pesci, fantastic and scary performance. When I finished watching this film, I came out and I was Jimmy Conway. I was running around like this, and it was such a good film. It's a masterpiece of storytelling. It's so enjoyable. The cinematography is great, and I love the way it depicts the mafia. Everyone knows this film, it's so iconic, it's so popular, and it's for good reason for that as well. If you can't tell, I've watched a lot of Scorsese this month for Scorsese ranked video, which should be my next YouTube video. Stay tuned for that, I just have to watch a couple more. Yeah, this was a pretty solid month for film, didn't watch too much. Now on to the shows. So, I finished Breaking Bad season 3 this month, and I've moved on to season 4 with my mum. I think I'm on season 4 episode 7. So doing great with that, love the show so far. My favourite season so far, season 2, with season 4 being a close second, but things will probably change soon as I've heard great things about season 4. I've also been watching Daredevil season 1, I started this about January 10th and I'm on episode 11 now, so 2 left from the season. It's a great show so far, probably my favourite superhero from the MCU. Also, I'm watching slowly but surely Clone Wars. I'm on season 2. I've been watching that for ages, it just hasn't piqued my interest yet, but I'll put it on in the background of like doing homework or something like that. yeah, I've got 2 episodes left of season 2, and then I'm on season 3, and that's where I've heard that things pick up and get good. I'm a big fan of Star Wars, in case you can't tell, so I do hope that it picks up soon. I love Ahsoka as a character. She's definitely a badass female character. So there it is, folks, what I watched in January. I'll try and do one of these videos for every month, and yeah, I hope you have enjoyed. If you didn't like at the start, please like now. If you did enjoy the content, if you aren't subscribed, please go ahead and hit subscribe. And yeah, hopefully we get another more bangers in February with some great watches. So thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.